from LMU together. And it's obviously inspired by my father's Heal the World Foundation. We figured that this is kind of my own path.
Almost a quarter century ago, Michael Jackson introduced his children to the world. Since then, speculation has arisen about whether he is their biological father. The two biological children, Paris and Prince, endured many controversies as kids to the famous iconic singer Michael Jackson. How did they find their way through the contentions they went through physically and emotionally? Where are they today, and what are they up to? Sit close and stick to the end. This will be one of the most interesting stories you've heard lately. Michael Jackson's marriage. Michael Jackson's first marriage was to Lisa Marie Presley, daughter of Elvis Presley. Their union generated so many controversies and speculations because Michael had just faced abuse allegations months before the couple got married. However, they both denied this, stating that their love was genuine. But then, they got divorced in less than 2 years, citing irreconcilable differences. There were no children from the marriage between Michael and Lisa. Despite the divorce, they continued to remain close to each other for several years. Michael's second marriage was with Debbie Rowe. She was born on December 6, 1958, and worked as a nurse for Michael's dermatologist, Dr. Arnold Klein. Their friendship soon turned into a romantic relationship, and they soon got married in 1996 after Michael's divorce from Lisa. They had 2 children from their marriage, Prince Jackson in 1997 and Paris Jackson in 1998. Debbie later said their relationship was transactional, with her primary role being to give birth to Michael's children. The couple divorced in 1999, and Debbie gave Michael full custody of their children. He was known for being a caring and extremely protective father to his children, shielding them from the public eye as much as possible.
You brought this on yourself. When will you know? I asked you a simple question.
Please.
However, after Michael died in 2009, Debbie reconnected with her children, especially Paris, with whom she has developed a stronger bond and attraction over the years. In an episode of Red Table Talk, Paris said to Willow Smith how cool it was for her to reconnect her relationship with her mother. She said, "Getting to know her and seeing how similar we are, I discovered we look so much alike. It is just cool having her for a friend. It is very chill, which I love." She perfectly described her bond with her mother and cited it as something she wanted. However, Debbie's relationship with her son, Prince, has been less public. But how has life been for these 2 young adults being the children of the world's topmost musician? Prince and Paris Jackson. Paris and Prince were both born in Los Angeles, California. They were the 2 biological children of Michael and Debbie. Their family's immense media attention characterized their lives as they grew in the shadow of their famous father. Despite their father's fame, he tried to protect them as much as possible from the public. Michael often covered their faces with masks or veils to shield them from paparazzi each time they stepped out for functions to avoid media scrutiny. They were raised in the Neverland Ranch at Michael's famous estate and had a relatively private childhood. Although their father's iconic career heavily influenced their lives, they were able to forge their path in life. Along the line, so many controversies came up regarding Michael's biological link with his children. Critics were saying Michael and his children had no resemblance whatsoever. They noted that his children looked more white than they should be. The public speculated this for years, asking why neither Paris nor Prince inherited their father's African-American features. Some even claimed the children were born through a sperm donor, and Michael might not be their biological father. But there was no official evidence to prove this. However, Michael countered all these speculations in his public statements, where he repeatedly affirmed that he was the biological father of all 3 children, including Biggie. He stated that their mother, Debbie Rowe, is Caucasian, which explains their lighter skin tone. Paris also addressed these rumors, citing that it does not matter if Michael is her biological father, as she would always consider him her dad no matter what the world says. Despite being a world-class artist and celebrity, Michael enjoyed caring for his children, explaining in an interview, "That was the reason I had them, to love, care, and cater for them." The scrutiny he faced in the early 2000s over abuse allegations impacted his children's emotional well-being. However, Paris and Prince continued to describe their father as a good man who taught them the importance of compassion and helping others. Despite his fame, he prioritized family life and took his role as a father seriously. Even after his passing, his extended family put in effort to maintain his legacy while looking after his children. Prince attended the Buckley School in Sherman Oaks, California. He's always been passionate about martial arts and fencing. He also attended college at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. He graduated with a degree in business administration. Inspired by his father's charitable work, he had always wanted to study business management to learn how to run and manage projects, particularly ones involving philanthropic initiatives. He also had a deep interest in filmmaking and media production. After his father's death, Prince and Paris had two high-profile godparents. Their godfather is the legendary actor and close friend to his father, Macaulay Culkin, and their godmother, an iconic Hollywood actress and longtime friend of Michael, Elizabeth Taylor. They both had deep admiration and a strong bond with their father, and that influence extended to the lives of his children. Prince co-founded a production company called King Sun Production, working behind the scenes on music videos and short film production projects. He co-founded the Heal Los Angeles Foundation while still a Loyola Marymount University student. Prince intended to continue his father's philanthropic work of aiding underprivileged children and sheltering the homeless. In 2020, Prince Foundation partnered with a food delivery company to give out meals to people without adequate food supply during the pandemic. He was very happy to have joined in that massive collaboration. One thing is so amazing about this young man. You will always hear him talk about his passion for helping others, a value his father instilled in him. He never sees himself as superior to anyone, but to help people whenever he can. Paris also attended Buckley School during her early education. Unfortunately, she struggled with mental health, self-harm, addictions, and personal issues. She had greatly suffered from these issues shortly after her father died in 2009. She once told Rolling Stone, during an interview, how she attempted to hurt herself multiple times by age 15. Paris was hospitalized in 2015, leaving everyone to wonder what could be going on in the life of the young lady, to the point she left her own life. She later opened up about her scars in 2018, that it was just a sense of self-hatred she had and a feeling of low self-esteem. She had lost her will to live, concluding she hardly did anything right and life was not worth living anymore. All these happenings later led to her transfer to a therapeutic boarding school in Utah. This greatly helped her in navigating through her psychological challenges, which included anxiety and depression. At one point, she could not further her college education, and later diverted her focus to the entertainment industry, which included acting, modeling, and music. She claimed she finds herself and can trace a connection to her father when she does these things as they come to her naturally. Looking back, we can conclude Paris is a talented actress and musician. She had pursued a career in music fronting the band The Sunflowers, where she showcased her love for acoustic and folk rock music. In the year 2020, she released her debut solo album, Wilted, which encapsulates and explores themes of heartbreak and healing. Paris is also a model, as she has the ideal physique for modeling. Paris has worked with various fashion brands and magazines. Alongside her artistic endeavors, she also advocates mental health awareness. She often speaks openly about her struggles and experiences of mental health breakdown. Both siblings have used their platforms to forge ahead and lead their father's legacy of philanthropy and have success in different charitable and creative fields. Paris Jackson deeply connects with body art, which explains her love and passion for tattoos. Paris declared that her tattoos are a significant form of self-expression. She reportedly has over 80 tattoos, most of which have profound, personal, and symbolic meanings. Many of her tattoos are tributes to her family, friends, and important moments in her life. She has a tattoo dedicated to her father, the Eyes of Horus, and many other Egyptian motifs. She also uses her tattoos to express her spiritual beliefs, struggles, and love for music, nature, and mythology. In an interview, she explains that she sees her body as a healing tool, helping her document her life journey and embracing who she is. A fan had teased her that they probably used a lot of needles on her at birth, and that was why she was so intrigued by them. Paris and Prince share a very exciting relationship. Paris has sometimes called Prince her twin, expressing how she has always looked up to him. She explained how he meant so much to her, how she wanted his approval for everything she did, and how she wanted to be more like him. But how about the third child? Why is he often less talked about? Keep watching as we talk about Jackson's third child, Biggie. Paris and Prince's sibling Biggie. Paris and Prince have a younger brother, Prince Michael Jackson II, also known as Biggie, who was born on February 21, 2002, through an anonymous surrogate after Michael and Debbie's divorce. He was formerly given the name Blanket by his father, who explained its symbolism, expressing that it signifies comfort and endearment, which means to bless or protect. However, as Biggie grows up, he seems to find the name weird. He was probably even bullied at school and became quite uncomfortable with it. So, he changed it to Biggie over the years.
There's a lot of really cool stuff here. I think there's a lot of history in this house and the studio here, and that's what he was all about, and that's just kind of what each of us want to do. And
Biggie was known to the world at an early age when his father carelessly carried him over a hotel balcony in 2002 in Berlin. That moment drew so many controversial statements and media attention. Michael later apologized, stating it was just a moment of excitement when he wanted to show his son to his fans. Like his older siblings, he also experienced a relatively private upbringing and lifestyle, since Michael was so particular about shielding them from paparazzi and scourging scrutiny of media space. Biggie was only 7 when his father passed on in 2009. It was not so easy for Biggie. He could not understand why his father had to die and leave them. He would often ask questions regarding his father's death because he was so young and as well highly curious. Biggie, Paris, and Prince had to move in with their grandmother, Katherine Jackson, after their father's demise. The Jackson family worked hard to provide them with as much stability and love as possible. As they grew up, they independently wanted to create their own identity and establish their name. Biggie also attended Buckley School in California. However, there's little or no information regarding his academic achievements, future educational plans. They are duly enclosed from the world. Like his elder brother Prince, he has shown a profound interest in films and movie production. Although he rarely made any appearances in public space, he was seen to have attended his brother Prince's charity event in 2001, where he gave an interview on his father's legacy for Good Morning Britain. He expressed his father's admiration for environmental concerns. He explained how he and his siblings wanted to continue to carry on the good intentions of their father. But aside all that, Biggie was particularly passionate about creating, scripting, and analyzing films. It's like he was born with the skill, and soon enough, with little knowledge of what it was all about, he actualized his desire to follow the creative paths behind the camera. He was part of a YouTube channel called Film Family for a short while. What they do is review films and discuss popular media and celebrities. It was more like a gossip channel. Rumor has it that they were sued by a celebrity they had talked about and had to shut down completely. That part of their career crashed out for him, and he soon found another thing that caught his interest. Although his channel did not last long, it opened Biggie to an idea and a glimpse into his passion for film and media analyses. He wanted to be in the entertainment space, but not in the spotlight. He wanted his career to revolve around the technical and creative aspects of the entertainment industry. He focused specifically on behind-the-scenes roles, such as directing and production. He was fascinated by the scripting and storytelling of films through cinema and wanted anything that had to do with filming. Like his brother, Biggie shows great interest in environmental hazards, always speaking about climate change and its effect on the world, against ozone gas, and its toxicity to the atmosphere. He is emphatic about promoting social and environmental changes and activities. He created so much awareness and advocated for it. Ironically, Paris and Prince share a closer bond than they do with Biggie. They are often seen together in most shows and publicly support each other in their careers. But how about the love life of the trio? Paris and Prince's personal lives. Prince had largely kept who he dated and what went on in his relationship private. Still, over the years, some news about his relationship surfaced in the waiting ears of the world. He had a long-term relationship with Molly Shermang, whom he met during college. They reportedly started their relationship in 2017 and dated for several years. He occasionally uploaded pictures of them together and often attended public events. In an interview, he would sometimes express his love for Molly, stating how she helped fix the battles he was fighting in his soul. He felt deeply indebted to her and showered her with so much love and care. On the other hand, Molly was seen to be very supportive and grounding in his life. Just like his father, Prince tends to avoid the limelight when it comes to his relationship. His relationship with Molly was a steady and low-key one. Paris's relationship life was not so private as compared to her brother. She had been more open about her relationship experiences and had dated several people over the years. Due to her careless actions, the media attention was quickly drawn to her. Paris was in a well-known relationship with a musician called Gabriel Glenn in 2018. They both formed the band The Soundflower. Their relationship and musical journey were documented as a series titled Unfiltered: Paris Jackson and Gabriel Glenn. Theirs was a love that one might relate to a fairy tale or an imagination that never made it to reality. There is a saying that goes thus: "Nothing good lasts forever." After about 2 years of staying together, their relationship ended in 2020. Paris later revealed that the relationship was necessary and helped her through personal and emotional growth. She was at that time suffering from an emotional disorder before she met Gabriel, and it was said that he helped her overcome that phase by showing her the required support, love, and affection she needed. Rumors had it that he could no longer bear the burden of her recurrent emotional breakdowns, and that was why their relationship ended when it did. Paris is bisexual. Although she does not like to label her sexuality, she is open to dating either a man or a woman. Her second relationship was with a woman named Cara Delevingne. After she came out on her relationship, there were criticisms and also praises thrown at her, stating that this was her reason for advocating for the LGBTQ communities and funding their protests to have a law and their right in their country. The LGBTQ community wanted to create awareness and had an agency running it. They wanted their expression of love to be recognized and regarded as a real relationship to the world. In 2021, she had told Smith her experience of coming out as a bisexual. "My family is very religious, and it was not accepted of me, but I have come to love them and respect their decision," she said. Although it was difficult for her to talk it out with them, she respects their beliefs and perceptions. She said she had not expected them to destroy their culture and religion, but assumptions led to resentments. She resorted to saying that what people think about her is not her business or point of interest, although her brother was very supportive. Although Paris and Cara never officially declared their relationship to what extent, they often showed deep displays of intimate affection towards each other in public. Paris stated that she is more concerned about her emotional connection with a person than about the gender of who she is in a relationship, slightly explaining her reason for being a bisexual celebrity. Paris also dated Michael Snoddy. He was a musician and a drummer. They were seen together at various public events and shows. However, their relationship only lasted for a year. After all these dating experiences for Paris, we do not have any trace or information on if she is in a relationship presently. Paris had suffered from mental health issues, self-harm and addictions, and self-acceptance. She had said all of these affected her relationships in the long run. She was also still healing from the trauma of growing up in the public state. These challenges have shaped and influenced her life and the people around her to a greater degree. She often used music and her close circle of friends to deflate and impact her healing journey. At the end of her relationship, she stated that she had begun focusing more on self-love and personal development. But on a general note, Paris's past relationships reflected her journey towards intensified self-discovery and self-awareness as she navigates between love, passion, sexuality, and emotional order. There is no public information about Biggie's romantic relationship. He is more concerned about keeping and building a low profile regarding his personal life. Biggie has been more reclusive compared to his siblings. He tends to avoid sharing his experiences of growing up and his personal life with the media. He attends public functions occasionally without making much of a grand entrance. Therefore, there is no known information concerning his dating life or any rumor regarding his lifestyle. Recent events around Paris and Prince Jackson still runs his Heal Los Angeles Foundations, which focuses on addressing homelessness, abuse, and hunger in the community. In 2023, Prince co-organized events like the yearly This Is Thriller. It is an event that is hosted in the Palace Theater for fundraising. These funds are later used to develop the foundation. Prince does this in the legacy of his father, Michael. He has also been seen making public appearances with his siblings. He was seen in August 2023 with his brother Biggie, attending a special event in Mandela Bay in Las Vegas to commemorate the 65th birthday of Michael Jackson, if he were to have been alive. The brothers interacted and signed autographs for their fans following the Cirque du Soleil, the Michael Jackson 1 show. On the other hand, Paris Jackson has not been involved so much lately. She has been active and focused on her modeling and acting career. She is currently the face of KVD Beauty, a popular makeup brand known for its bold high performance and vegan products. She has also appeared in American Horror Story and Hulu's teen comedy Sex Appeal. In 2024, which was most recently in September, she appeared on the cover of Harper's Bazaar Mexico. She was styled beautifully by Kristen Ingersoll, wearing Dior and Fendi with Cartier jewelry. She also participated in major fashion shows like Vivienne Tam's Spring during Paris Fashion Week in September. Despite her successes in her modeling career, Paris faced numerous challenges. One major hurdle is dealing with public scrutiny and defamation, conjoined with constant comparison to her father, Michael Jackson. Because of her father's fame, there are heightened expectations and intense media attention being drawn to her, causing her public pressure and emotional disorder. She explained the difficulty in living in the shadows of her father, stating how she has always tried to navigate her identity in a world that constantly seeks to define her based on her father's legacy rather than on her accomplishments. But despite all these, Paris remains committed to her career in acting while still pursuing her passion for music. She works with Dolce & Gabbana and Louis Vuitton. She has been an ideal model for all these popular brands. In addition to her thriving career, she remains vocal about being a mental health advocate and sharing her story and experiences through her journey of self-acceptance and well-being. She urges people to speak out when they go through all of these challenges and setbacks as regards their mental health. She explained in 2020 that it made sense that she was a musician since she was a Jackson and everyone in her family did music. She released her solo album in 2020 titled Wilted, and on February 24th, 2023, she released her single Band-Aid, which most people said to be more fun and loud compared to her other singles. In songwriting, Paris said she still takes her acoustic folk approach. She expressed her desire to release a full-length album quite soon, explaining that she already has many songs on the ground that could make an album and is working towards releasing a dozen songs. What can you say about Prince and Paris Jackson's life? Feel free to air your view in the comment section below. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Before you go, click on the video displayed on your screen.